welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over how to hydro dip, kind of like some basics. We're going to be hydro dipping this. It's a splash guard for a car. You should be able to see it through the grill once it's finished. I'll give you like some do's and don'ts and some basic stuff. So stay tuned. So we're going to be hydro dipping this piece. It's kind of an odd shape. Probably one of the weirdest shapes I've tried to dip, but we're going to go for it. So this is the film that I buy that comes in a plastic tube like this, because if it gets moisture on it, it's pretty much trash. So you've got to keep it dry. And I say that, and it's raining today, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so majority of the films, like 90% of the films, they have a design on them, but they're still transparent, so you can pick and choose what you want your base color to be. So you can see, you can pretty much just see right through this. So we're gonna go with the red base coat today. I've already prepped this piece, so it'll be like this. If I had made this blue or white, and the skulls would be that color, because we chose red, the skulls are gonna be red. So let's go ahead and get this cut to size. So I have about 3 or 4 different companies I use to get different films, depending on which size. A lot of my projects are kind of small sometimes, so I'll use this kind of film. It's 19 inches wide by 39 inches long, and I barely made it with 35 inches. So it'll fit, it'll be tight, but it'll still work out. If I need, like, I've done the fenders on my car before, fairings for motorcycle, and I'll get from Big Brain. They sell hydrographic films. They sell them 40 inches by 40 inches, so huge. When I first started, I was doing everything in like a small tote from like Walmart, and then I got tired of doing it in there. I ended up buying a IBC tote. Somebody had kept sugar water in it for honeybees or something like that, so I knew it wasn't something that was going to be harsh for what I was doing. The water, I changed my water rarely. I've maybe changed it once because we moved houses. Other than that, I just chopped the top off the IBC tote and turned it into a poor man's dip tank. So let me show you that. Alright, so this is my dip tank. Like I said, I cut the top off the IBC tote and used the lower half, filled it up with water. These are dividers. Every time I emailed somebody so I could buy some, they gave me the runaround. So I went to Lowe's, picked up some galvanized metal, folded it, kind of just some crappy welds, cut some slits in it, and I use it like this. I have other dividers that'll sit long ways, so I can keep the film directly in the middle, but sometime when I'm dipping like a water bottle, I kind of need my hand to move around in the water. So I don't always use it. Sometimes I just put tape on it to hold the ends, because once you spray the activator on it, it'll start to spread. So that's another thing I want to go over next, how we activate the film. Think of the film as like a sandwich, right? You get your bread, your meat, and bread on top of it. So whenever I put this in the water, the bottom part is going to dissolve, and so it'll be nothing but the meat left. So whenever I spray an activator on it, like this, or it comes in a spray can, aerosol can, whenever I spray it on top of it, that'll dissolve the top piece. I'll be left with nothing but the ink. So anything you can put in water or submerge can be hydro dipped. So I'll just take the piece and dip it through it after that, pretty much. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we're gonna get this in the water, let it sit in here for a few minutes so it can dissolve. If I can get this in the water. You know whenever this is ready, because the film it'll stretch out some. The humidity in the air is making this film stick to itself. That ain't good. This is why I don't dip on rainy days. Now I gotta try to get that crease out of there. If you're not careful, you'll put a finger through this stuff, but you really don't have a choice. You gotta get this separated. I don't think that's coming apart. Sometimes if the film messes up, I can hide it on whatever I'm dipping or try to move around it, but this piece is so big, I need like every inch of this, so we're gonna have to go for it and hope for the best. If I don't get these air bubbles out, then the film won't dissolve the bottom layer and it won't look right on the piece. It'll be like bald spots in the on the film. Yeah, can't believe that happened. It's crazy. It's supposed to be a how-to video. I'm messing up. Yeah, that's not coming out. Yeah, it's too humid today to be doing this, but I'm gonna crunch. Alright, so it's pretty much ready to go. I've been messing with it for so long. You can spray the activator on it. So you want to overlap when you spray, you want to overlap the activator. Don't spray too much, then the film will pretty much fall apart, but if you don't spray enough, then the film won't stick and it'll look all messed up. Alright, so I'm trying to get some tape on this piece up here. Whenever I spray the activator, the film's going to want to start to push out. So if I don't, all this will fill that area and it can leave an empty spot. So I'm trying to keep the tape up here to hold all that together so we don't have any issues, don't have any bald spots, make this any worse than it already is. That's another reason I got the dividers. And let's scoot this one up just to here. Should be good everywhere else. Most of this fold we might be able to wipe it off. Probably one of my worst folds in it. Like I said, I'm on a time crunch, so I want to get this done and over with, but at the same time I don't want to send out some trash. So if this doesn't work out, I'm just going to have to order new film and redo it. Alright, let's spray some activator. So this is an electric sprayer. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's better than using an aerosol can. The tips on the aerosol cans, they like to clog up and it'll shoot like a stream and it'll punch a hole in it and then the film's pretty much trash. So I started using this. It's a lot more reliable. I know it's not going to mess up on me unless I haven't cleaned it, but every time I finish using it, I normally try to clean it. Alright, here goes nothing. So I'm pretty much holding my breath. This stuff is pretty strong, but here we go. Now that's what it looks like. Now you can't even tell that spot was there. Thankfully it got hidden up here. This is a splash guard for a car. I don't know if I said that already. So this piece up here will be towards the front of the grill. So you won't see any of this stuff up in here. Alright, so now we got all the stuff that the activator dissolved. There's like a slime on top of this. So we're gonna go rinse that off with the water hose. It's better to do it with warm water, but I dipped some pretty big pieces and this stuff smells pretty bad and I don't want that smell in the house. So I use the water hose. I haven't had any issues with it. Alright, so now we gotta get all this slime off like I said. I gotta turn the water on. Apparently I don't know how to work a water hose. Alright, so the film is still pretty pliable. I've had like water bottles I dip and my fingerprints, if I touch it, it'll be left on it. So I try not to touch it too much. I just lightly rub it to try to help get rid of all the slime. Alright, so this is pretty much rinsed off. So after this, I'll let it dry for about a day. I'll let it air dry till it's completely dry. And then I'll put some clear coat on it. I normally clear coat everything. Just some aerosol can clear coat. And then I'll do like 3 or 4 coats just to make sure nothing happens to it. And that'll pretty much be the end of it. Alright, so like I said before, it's gonna clear coat this. We're gonna let it go. So don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Hit that bell so every time I post a video, you get notified. See y'all next time.